Hey guys, how are my fellow army doing out there? I just came on to say I did survive the army war, battle, whatever you want to call it, and getting tickets. But now I'm having trouble coming off the high and like all of that anxiety. So, ticketing should not be this way. Like, I should not still feel anxious. And I was able to get ticket like I planned this to a T, and that's why I'm still so anxious about it because it was just like all this planning, and for it took about an hour I would say to do both. I did the Chicago and Toronto sales, but I had to plan it to a T because one sale started an hour before the other sale, and so if you did not think everything through and write everything down, I can see where it could be very perplexing and confusing with getting in just to get the tickets. And you had to have the code ready. I'm seeing a lot of people, unfortunately, they didn't do the second step for pre-sale. They got the army membership but then go back and do the pre-sale application, which I can see where that could have easily been missed. I had someone in a group chat of mine with other armies and I don't know how they forgot to do it, and I felt so bad because we even talked about it like in the group just to make sure that everyone was aware of the process, and we still had one person that forgot to do it. So we were trying to give her hope and say, well, so a lot of people like myself, we get double tickets in like different cities, but we may not need them for both. I honestly did have a moment that I thought about it. I was like, it would be nice to be able to see them twice. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but I have a lot of other engagements, people getting married this year, so I'm going to be doing too many flights, I think, if that's the case. So I was just like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. And then I need my money back from some of these rooms were ridiculous to reserve them. So just with the hotels alone, I'm like, yeah, it's probably not good to pay that much. Because that was another thing I noticed. You can go in and look now at the hotels, and they are specifically higher on the weekend that BTS is in town. They're about double that amount. So I will say I did plan that ahead as well. So I didn't plan it out. I should have got a hotel right when the tour was announced, but it didn't click for me to do that. But I definitely made sure I got a hotel before ticketing started, because I'm just like, y'all who haven't got hotels yet, I don't know why you're waiting, because you're definitely paying more now. But anyway, the excuse me, I just I text my sister and I told her, I'm like, I'm still trying to come down off of like being in that mode of being on. I've been in that mode, I feel like, for about a week and a half now, because like it was on being on for signing up for the pre-sale. Nope, let me back up. Being on for signing up for army membership and on for signing up for the pre-sale. That was like the first thing, doing that on time. And then again, going and looking at hotels, and then coming back and thinking, oh, well, maybe I might not get tickets to this one area, so I guess I might as well go to my second option. But wait, I need to go ahead and find hotels for that second option. So doing all of that, I have been putting in way too much time for, only probably going to one concert date and needing only one hotel. And then, we haven't even got around to flights yet. So it's a lot. I think I'll be good with concerts after this year because I'm also supposed to be going to see Bruno Mars. So yeah, I think I'll be good. And I think the next concert I would want to see is Jasmine Sullivan, but only if she comes out with like new music. Yeah, and then I'm just good with concerts after this year. And after, if I see Jasmine Sullivan one more time, I might actually be good with concerts forever if they don't change the setup. With it's just a lot. I say that, but I thought of a new artist. She's an R&B, I guess R&B artist. Gosh, what is her name? She reminds me a little bit of Ray, but it's not Ray. Her concert might be fun too, but I can't remember what this other lady's name is. But anyway, she seems like she'd be an option, but I don't know enough of her music. It's the one that sings, I know the tune. Come here, the man I need. I don't know what is her name. I forgot, and I don't want to click away to find out. But anyway, congratulations to all the other armies that suffered through this thrilling and anxiety-provoking event. Good luck to the armies that weren't able to get in. I know it was hard. Try to look. I would say try to go through. If you have to buy a resale ticket, try to go through Ticketmaster because at least it's verified. Other sites, I don't know about the verification of the tickets. So that's the scary part. And because they're BTS, a lot of, scammers are trying to, scam people. So that's unfortunate. But I do like that. I think they didn't do, excuse me, guys, I'm coming off of my cold still. They didn't do dynamic pricing. So, because I was worried about that too. I didn't quite understand it when going into Ticketmaster, like how that would work. Because some people, I watched one video where they were like, oh, you have to go in and turn that feature off. And I was like, I didn't even know dynamic pricing was a feature on Ticketmaster. And then I did more research this morning, and somewhere online it said it was like an automatic thing. So I don't know what people were talking about with the videos, but it looks like for the BTS tour that was not set. So that, thank God, because I could not imagine how much tickets would be if it was set to dynamic pricing. I feel like nobody would be able to afford tickets, like, except unless you're the rich of the world. 5% of here in the US, if you're the top 5%, maybe 3% now, I don't know. But anyway, what else? I will say Chicago was actually, I got good numbers in the queue. And when I say good, for me, it was good because like I've got on Bruno Mars, luckily I was doing that with my sister and brother-in-law. And so I got like 15,000 for Bruno Mars. And luckily my brother-in-law, he somehow got a really good lineup because within 5 minutes he got his tickets. So that worked out good. These two concerts for Chicago, and I think Chicago, I got around 9,000 ahead of me. And then Toronto, it was like 8,000 something. So that worked out pretty good in my favor, considering how many seats were left. But when I got into Chicago, I had put the order of the sections I wanted, and every section that I wanted initially was gone. And so then I had to go, and it was like the sections in the center. And so then I had to just start going outward. And it was like a couple of times when I clicked on 2 seats, they kept getting taken not out of my cart, but it said somebody had beat me to them. So that was a little frustrating. I did get seats. Thank goodness the stage is like a 360 setup, because I think if it was like a regular concert where it was like a front, if a stage was on the front versus like 360, then my seats for Chicago would be kind of like almost like a blocked view, because yeah. So I'm so thankful that this is like a 360 stage setup. I'm still a little concerned about like where speakers will be placed, but nothing on my ticket said obstructed view. So I hope I don't have anything in the way there. And then Toronto, I will say one more thing about Chicago. I struggled with toggling like the zoom in and zoom out on Ticketmaster. The screen was, even I was on my laptop, and it was still very hard for me to like be able to pick each individual seat. So that's another thing I struggled with. Toronto, same struggle. And then I was trying to just check out really quick. And so I meant to pick like one or two rows back. And so I think I'm paying a little bit more for the seats. They're really good seats. But still, it was a little frustrating with clicking. And you have to click fast or else they'll get taken. So I'm excited. Now I got to think about flights. That's going to be another day. But congrats to all the armies, and good luck to everyone else who's out there still trying to get tickets. You can do it. You can do it. Purple heart your way. Let's do it with this hand. A nail's missing from that one. I purple you.